just see here one question. Okay, officially we are live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hello, guys. So my name is Solon. I am the host tonight, and I am here on 20 since March of this year. And well, before we start, I'd like to ask you guys, is there someone here for the first time or the first time in this meeting at this hour or something like that? No? Okay. But for those of you that are on YouTube, I'm going to explain how TNT works, okay? So TNT is a conversation platform for beginner, intermediate, and advanced English speakers. I'm going to remind you guys, this is not a class. This is an environment where we can practice our speaking skills. How does it work? I bring a topic and we discuss about this topic. If there is more than 5 people, I'm going to separate into smaller rooms, and if not, we're going to stay here in the main room. Our philosophy here is to speak up, so don't be shy. TNT is a safe space, and I really would like you to speak as much as you can. Let me just admit this one more person here. Okay. And what else? As you can see, we are live on YouTube, so say hello to YouTube. And if you want to have access to more classes, or to other conversation meetings like this, just go to talkingtalk.com.br, and there you can find more information. Okay. So especially tonight, we're going to talk about eye contact. Okay. I believe this is an interesting topic. This is not my topic. Someone wrote it for me. So thank you, someone. And I hope you enjoyed the conversation. We have 7 people here. I believe I'm going to break this room into two. Okay. So I'm going to send the questions here first. And if you can see the questions, just give me thumbs up. Okay. Thank you, Bruna. Okay. I'm going to break into smaller rooms. I'm going to create 2 rooms for 3. Yes, 2 people are going to stay here with me, and the other is going to this room. Okay, nice. Let me just see here. Okay, guys, if you Coutinho, Fernanda, nice. I'm going to delete this one. So, guys, if you do not receive a button for you, just wait because you're going to stay here with me. Okay. Before we start, let's introduce ourselves. We are in smaller groups, so I'd like to start with you, Araújo Lucy. Please say your name. How did you get here? And after that, we're going to introduce ourselves and etc. Go ahead, Araújo Lucy.
Hi guys, my name is Lucinda, but you can call me Lucy. I think it's better. And I am here in TNT because I need to practice not just my English, but my Spanish, my French, and learn other language. So I think this is the best place for it. And not just for that, but having get to have opportunity to have friends, like Fernanda, and we are addicted for languages, so we all we try to connect all the classes, the immersion. So it's nice when you not have one person but a lot of person with the same subject.
Well, this is so nice to hear that, Lucy. I really love when I hear stories like that because it was just the same for me. I came here like, oh, I'm going to give it a chance, and now I know a lot of people, and it's just amazing. But let's go with you, Vinicius. Please say your name and how did you get here on TNT? Go ahead.
Hello guys. How are you? I'm Vinicius. I am 24 years old. I'm here at first time on the Talking Talk meeting group, but I already did some kind of meetings before. But I'm trying to improve my English here. Therefore, I would like to offer to myself a better opportunity to work for work, and I think English can be a great tool for me achieve that. And I'm here to try to share my experience, try to learn with you guys, and that's it. It's a pleasure to having me today in this meeting.
Okay, that's so nice to have you here, Vinicius. I hope you understood how TNT works. So I brought a topic tonight, and we're going to talk about it. But
Yes,
first,
of
as
course.
we are okay, so at first, as we are in just a few people, we're going to introduce ourselves, and after that, we're going to break into smaller rooms. Okay. So let's go with you, Antonio Mateos. Please say your name and how did you get here?
Hello, good evening. I'm Antonio. I am 23 years old and I come here to practice my speak because I am beginning in English. And I see in TNT the opportunity to practice the disability and beside talk with other persons, listen others' perspectives is so interesting. This topic is so interesting, and that's it.
Okay, that's nice. I hope you enjoyed the conversation tonight. Let's go with you,
Thank you.
Fernanda, please. Your name and how did you get here?
Okay, my name is Fernanda. I live in São Paulo. I came here for practicing French, but then I started to participate on the Spanish meetings too, and after the English meetings. And now I'm giving classes, Spanish classes here twice a week. So it was a long road, but I'm really happy to have new friends and be able to talk, to speak a lot of languages with you guys.
Okay, really nice, Fernanda. Let's go with you, Bruna. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, hi guys, I'm Bruna. I live in São Paulo with my family. I've been here on Talk and Talk since September last year, but I started working here in November. I also work as a teacher, and I think that's it. I'm graduating in languages, and yeah, in general, that's it.
Okay, that's nice. You are also a host here, Bruna. Please say your
I'm also
schedule.
a
I don't know.
host. Yes, I have 2 meetings here on TNT2 in English. On Wednesdays in the morning at 9 a.m. and on Friday at 5 p.m. So you guys are more than welcome to my immersions too. Thank you for the reminders all.
Okay, that's nice. And last but not least, I left Pedro, but there was a reason for that, Pedro, and I'm going to really thank you so much because one day no one came to this meeting, but Pedro came and we had like an amazing conversation for 1 hour or more, and it was just like, oh man, this was really fun. And go ahead, Pedro, just go ahead.
uh, don't let Anna know that, but was the best meeting until now. And what I remember was what if the topic. Amazing. And I'm Pedro, 28, and I'm here to study English as everyone. And I get here about a post that co-work that a friend that worked with me made in the LinkedIn. And I say, well, what about that? What is it? And I start to search about, and I'm here now. So it's a pleasure to meet you all.
Okay, thank you again, Pedro. That conversation was really nice. Okay, guys, I'm going to split us in smaller rooms. So, guys, if you go to the small room, you are not on YouTube, okay? So feel free to open our camera and to talk as much as you want. The questions are already on the chat, so let's go. If you receive a button, just accept it, okay? And yes. If you receive, okay. So let's go with you guys. Let me see, the others are still accepting, I suppose. Yes. So let's start with the first one. Our topic tonight is talking about making eye contact. So when I said here, when speaking in English, but it could be in any language at all. So do you make eye contact while you're speaking with others? How do you deal with it? Do you keep looking for 10 seconds and then you skip, or you keep staring at this person? I don't know. Let's go with you, Pedro, please.
I think it's totally important because this show confidence. I think when you're talking with someone and you are not looking in the eye, I don't know why, but sometimes this all the people, all the other person is not confident or is not true, is a lie. I don't know, but the person that is shy, I know that the person is shy, have difficult to do that, but is something that is important because eye contact is when we see the other person. So if someone is talking with me and I'm looking for the for for other place, the other people will say, "Oh, he's not pay attention in me, so he's not interested in that." So I think it's totally important to look in the eye.
Okay, that's good. Let's go with you, Vinicius. Just go ahead. Oh, go ahead. That's nice.
Uh, I think I think when I try to talk with someone in another language, like in English is the first language that I've started to learn. I think for me it's a little difficult because I need to think in English, so I cannot uh, translate, and I always used to be uh, a shy guy, and it's hard for me trying to evolve language or another knowledge. It's difficult to me. I think when I'm trying to talk, like I'm doing now, I think sometimes I look to something else to try to complete the phrase. I don't know how it works with me, but I think it's one the best way for me to try to not making eye contact. Therefore, it makes me a little anxious. I think I need I think sometimes I freeze when I try to making eye contact with someone else, and I'm trying to develop it as much I can, training and trying to speak like I'm doing now.
Well, that's really nice. And coming to TNT is going to help you doing that, because here you can talk with different people. So if you say
Yes,
something, yeah, to someone and you don't know this person, so it's going to be like, oh, I don't need to be ashamed of that because I'm not going to see this person again.
yes,
So
of course, of
just feel
course.
free, man. Just go ahead. And it's nice.
One thing I want to add. Some years ago, I think 5 years ago, I've met Philip and the teacher Poliana. I don't know if you are already knew her, but I was in the Aprendi group at the Trampolim Café at Paulista, and was my first time trying to talk in person. And even I didn't know in many words in English that I mean. I think was a huge experience to me, that the name experience. But I after the meeting, I felt I think he ashamed about my competence, about my English level. So I've been trying to study. I think I I didn't choose the correct ways to learn English because I think I've choose wrong course to start. I think, and this year specifically, I developed my English in a better level than never before. I've started to hearing podcasts, hearing so much English content to evaluate myself, and I think it is working. I think it works. Okay.
Okay, it totally is, man. It totally is worth. And go ahead, Bruna, answer this question. But first, I'd like to know, you made a like a surprise face. Do you know this event that Vinicius talked about?
Yes,
Because I do not.
it's been a long time. I know it was like 6 years ago, and like I some videos and things like that, but I didn't have the chance to be there. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm freezing a little bit.
Yeah, just
My
a
connection
little.
is a bit bad. Yeah. My camera off, but
Okay.
it's okay.
Maybe we can go to Pedro, and after that we ask you. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Pedro already answered, I suppose.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's me. It's up to me.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
So well. Yes, I always try to make eye contact, but sometimes I think it's kind of like, oh, it's a little bit strange. I'm going to keep looking at the eye of the person. So I try, I don't know, to disguise a little bit, other to look to the other side and then come back. So because if you don't do that, it looks like you're staring at the person, it's like, oh, it's so intense. And no, come on, chill out. It's not like that. And it's kind of funny, but I really believe it gives confidence, because when you talk to someone looking at this person's eyes, it's just like, oh, this person's really paying attention, this person's really talking to me, like it's a real conversation happening. It's not like when you're talking to someone and you are looking at your smartphone, or I don't know, talking to someone else or doing something at the same time. So it gives a sense of, I don't know, this is happening, I'm really talking to this person. So I really believe in that, but I don't want to look creepy, just, oh, I'm going to stare at the person. I don't want to do that. And okay, Bruna, would you like to try right now? Yeah, maybe her connection is not good yet. Bruna?
Yes, my connection is so terrible, but okay, I will try to
Go
answer
ahead.
the first one. I think I'm just like Vinicius. It's been a bit hard for me to make eye contact. I don't know if it's because now I've been spending so much time online, but I think last month I was talking to my speech therapist, and she asked me, Bruna, did you notice you are not looking to my eyes or something? And I was like, I didn't. And she was like, oh, okay, so you need to be careful because it's important, it's part of the communication, everything. So I'm trying to force myself a little bit harder to make eye contact. I don't know if it was just because of this moment I am now, like working online, that we don't, like, I am always looking at myself, and not at other people. So I need to work better on this. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. You brought an interesting topic. It was the pandemic, because I don't know if you guys just worked from your home or if you had to go to your job during the pandemic. But I had to stay at home, and at my job, no one opened the camera, and I was all day long just looking at names on the screen, and I was like, oh man, this is so crazy.
Did you open
And
yours?
yes, I used it at the beginning because I was new in the company, but
Mhm.
I saw that no one opened, so I didn't open either, and it was like,
Yes.
oh, so bad, yes. And after that, I don't know, I kind of just lost this connection. The good thing is that we have TNT, so most of people open their camera. I'm talking to you, Bruna. And and it's nice to talk to someone and just look at this person's face, because yeah, it's part of the communication. Just joking, Bruna, don't worry. And okay, let's skip to question number 3, okay, because number 2 we kind of answered together. So talking about culture, is making eye contact important in your culture? For example, I know that at least when we are child, when we do something wrong, we tend to look to the floor, like we do something wrong, we don't look in the eye, we look to the other side and things like that. And what do you think like this means, not looking in the eyes when you're talking to someone or doing something to other person? Let's go with you, Vinicius, please.
Well, for my experience, I think when I was a child uh, at school, elementary school, high school too, I think when I needed to show something, a homework, I think it was a kind of a kind of perception to how my friends, my colleagues, showed they work with the classroom, and I think is sometimes I observed it for me, trying to avoid the eyes, not sharing eye contacts, like be holding uh, sight with people. I've kind of observed it for that, and I developed it in a wrong way with myself. And I think it's part of the process of our lives, trying to show yourself, to show you ideas, try to put uh, your own thinking in words and try to explain it for people. I think it's difficult at first, at the beginning, but if you practice like we are doing now, we are trying to speak in another language. I think it can become better as much as you train, you train hard. And I'm proud of myself now because I think it is one of the best class that I didn't freeze yet. So I'm trying to also improve here. It's my
Okay.
experience.
Okay, amazing, man. It's so nice to hear you saying that. And let's go with you, Bruna, please.
Yeah, I think I studied communication in college, so I think my answer could be a bit influenced by the things I studied, mainly in childhood, the importance of making eye contact to keep communication. This is something we learn when we are kids, and then we like keep uh, using it. So I don't know if it's important just to our culture, but maybe to every culture. When you are talking to someone, um, I think there is a number that is 55% of the communication is nonverbal. So when we are making eye contact, we can have this, like we can see the gestures, the facial expression. So it's really important in all, I think in all cultures, not just ours. That's it.
Okay, nice. We have a communication specialist, guys, so I really believe in you, Bruna, very
Not
much.
really.
No, no, it's your word. Just go ahead. Go on,
Yeah.
Pedro, please.
Bruna right told everything. So I totally
Yeah.
agree with her. She's a specialist in this case. So I agree that eye contact is a body language. So we can know a lot of things looking for the people. The people is saying nothing, but you can understand what they are saying. What is the feeling, for example? And you can know if someone is not looking your eye. You can have certain that the people is ashamed, is not comfortable in this place. So you can know what they are feeling. And so this is body language. So you are not, she's not saying you, I'm shamed here, but you have certain that these people are not comfortable being in my friend, talking with me. She's not comfortable. I don't know why, but she's not comfortable. And I think in every culture that we have nowadays, looking the eye is very important. But I can have one only example that I know that in the past when we had monarchy, uh, it was forbidden to look in the eye for the monarch, for the king. So when you're talking to the king, you don't look in the eye, you look under, but it's not because you're ashamed, it's because respect. You're not in the equal with him, so you can't look in the eye unless he say, oh, look to me. So it's the only example. So I don't know if it is important, but I remember that.
Yes, it is. Bruna, please.
No, that's it. I don't want to add anything, but it was a nice information. Pedro liked it.
Okay, nice. So you talked about knowing things just looking at the person, Pedro. So let's go to the next question, and you can answer it. What can you learn about a person by making eye contact? Beyond knowing, oh, she's ashamed or she's not like in a comfortable position. What else can you learn?
I'm not good with that, but there are people that can know if you're lying. There are people that
Mm.
look for you and say, you are telling me what you are telling me is a lie. And you say, how you know that? I only say, I only know. So I don't know. It's not my case. It's not my case. I don't know. And I'm not so good at point. But I know that we can look and see is if the people is convincing you. I don't know if it's the correct word, but when you're talking, you are giving information. So you're trying to convince someone. So I'm giving you an information and I need that you believe in that. So if I'm talking that and the people is not looking for me, so I say, I lost the interest to maintain the conversation. So I try to maintain a conversation with people that I like, and I know, oh, I can look to you. I understand that, but this is not comfortable to me to speak with someone that's not looking to me. So this make the conversation not happen.
Okay, okay, really interesting. And you, Bruna, what do you think we
Yeah,
can learn?
that's a difficult question, but I will agree with Pedro. I think I don't understand too much about the lies. I know that that like eye contact is important when we are communicating, but I don't know too much about it. Yeah, I think we can, from the facial expressions, we can see if they are comfortable or if not, if they are anxious, if they're nervous. I think it's something that it, like, all the gestures and the expressions can show us that. I don't know. I think maybe through the eyes we can also see if they are fierce, like sometimes we are looked like this, like with a seductive look. So maybe this can also tell something about the other person.
Okay, nice, nice. Let's go with you, Vinicius. Please go ahead.
Well, I think for me, eye contact can be as much important like body language. I think when someone is trying to tell you an information, you can see some kind of signs on the body of the person on the face, on the shoulders, I think in the arms. I think when someone try to trick you, trying to tell something that is not true, I think if you pay attention to the eyes of the person, the the mouth too, I think if you see that the other person is beholding your face, your expression, paying so much attention to it, I think that person is trying to lighten to you for my perception. I don't know if you have this too, guys, but I have some friends that I know when they are lying to me. When you perceive that they are smiling a little bit at the you know a kind of a little bit smile, and you say to yourself they are lying. So I think body language, eye contact, it's so related, and I think we need to try to communicate uh, with people better and know how they can communicate with us and try to preserve this trick tips too with the connection. Okay.
Okay, amazing. So Pedro and Bruna, if you don't know how to detect a lie, just looking into the eyes, ask Vinicius. He's a specialist in this case. So thank you very much, Vinicius.
Let me add one point that I forgot and I remember. Everyone say that the eye is the door to the soul. So you can see something, you can see feelings there. You can see love and you can see hate. When you look in the eye, you can see if someone love another person or if someone hate other person in the eye. And so the eye look and can see feelings. This is very important.
Whoa, amazing, amazing. Someone would like to comment something else before we move on? No, that's okay. We talked a lot about situations we should look in the eyes, why we should look in the eyes, but let's take the opposite idea, okay? What are some situations where you should not make eye contact? Pedro said one about the monarchy, or at least in other times. But can you think in other situations where you should not do things like that, like making intense eye contact? Let's go with you, Vinicius. What do you think? Can you think in some situation like that?
I think I can. When someone is trying to annoy you, or when someone is salty, I think I know that I need to avoid eye contact with this person to evict some kind of future problem, kind of. And one other example can be if you have a partner, if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, when other other people or person try to behold the eye on you, trying to make eye contact, I think I really need to evict, because if I does, I think I will be in a kind of problem with my partner. So I need to be smart.
Okay, amazing, amazing example. I was not thinking about this one, but amazing. Go ahead, Bruna, please.
Yeah, I think the only moment I could remember is when you think you are in risk, like you are afraid of someone on the street, or when when you feel you are in risk, so it's better not to make eye contact with the person. Yeah, but I think that's it. I totally agree with what Vinicius was saying. If you are in a relationship, it's better to avoid like looking at. It's not that it's. I think sometimes in these cases it's impossible to like not to look, because like sometimes the other person is in front of you. So yeah, but if you can, it's better to avoid something. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Pedro. You gave the example about the
I was
monarchy. What
thinking
else
in
you
that,
got?
and I have two examples that I think
Go
is very
ahead.
good. The first one you need to avoid looking in the eye is when you are over listening someone talking. So the people is not talking to you, and so avoid looking in the eye. If you are over listening, don't look in the eye. You need to deceive that. So you make look to the other eye and maintain paying attention because you are trying to over listen. But this is one. And the second one, everyone do. When you're in a class or when you're in some place and someone will make a question, everyone avoid eye contact. Everyone say, who knows that? Everyone in the same time. Because the person that is looking for the professor will be catch. So in this moment, totally avoid eye contact.
Yes, I was going to give this example because when the teacher says, "Oh, anyone could answer this one," everybody take the notebook, start writing something or looking at something else. It's always like that. The best example. Very nice, very nice. Okay, number six, it's really interesting actually. What's the difference between staring and making eye contact? Because it's really I don't know how to say in English, but in Portuguese we say a linha tênue, like it's kind of related, it's kind of close, like making eye contact or staring at someone. It can look creepy or concentrated. I don't know. Go ahead, Bruna.
Yeah, I think um, when we are staring, you are like looking at the other person or like looking at something for a long period of time, and then it doesn't mean they are also looking at you. I feel that when we are making eye contact, the other person is also looking at us. Like we are changing or maybe exchanging these eye contact. Like you are, yeah, I don't know. It's a difficult question, but I think that's it. Staring, you are just like
Okay.
looking, and the other person is not trying to do this too. And when you are making eye contact, like both are looking.
Okay, nice, nice. A nice definition, but let's see if we have something more specific. Go ahead, Pedro.
And I will use Bruno example.
Okay.
Eyes contact is eyes contact, so it's in the plural. Need to be on last two people. So one eye and another eye. So this is eye contact. You can say eye contact without two persons. So when we're talking about staring, and we have an excellent translation for that in Portuguese, que é encarar. So everyone say stop staring, because the other person is not looking for you. The other person is only one person look for something. For example, I'm staring someone, but this person is not looking for me. So I think that is the difference. And it's very normal, for example, when you see something and say, oh, this person is very beautiful. And a friend say, stop staring, because you are looking and looking is making uncomfortable the situation, and say, stop staring, but it's not two persons doing something.
Okay, nice examples, guys. About the friends, yes. Everybody just say, "Oh, stop looking at," it's just stop staring. This really happens a lot. And you, Vinicius, go ahead. What do you think is the difference between staring and making eye contact?
I think uh, eye contact can be first sight. I think when you are walking on a street and you're looking at someone, and I think you make eye contact of course, but you just continue your path. You're walking and you go away. And I think staring can be more related to one word that I've learned today. That is gaze. I don't know if you already
Yes.
have heard it. I think gaze is when you start, when you behold the eyes of someone, is steadily for a long period of time, trying to elaborate something, or you're thinking in something else. I think can be more related with star. I think stars sometimes can be too scary to make and be the victim of the story, like something some maniac way. I think I don't know if you already seen the Netflix series Jeffrey Dahmer. I think starring is one of the main uh, main action that he does on this series. He just gaze other people, other men, trying to elaborate horrible things to do. And I think he can be more related for me with his story, not making eye contact in this way.
Okay, good example about the this series. And well, I believe that the main definition, the main difference actually, is like the intensity, you know, because when you look in the eye, you're just like in a light way or in a serious way. But when you stare, I don't know, it gives a bad vibe, you know. It's like, oh, someone's looking at me, you know. It's kind of scary. And I agree with you, Vinicius, when you say like, oh, it's just scary, you know. Someone's looking at you. It's kind of, I don't want to stay in the same place. I don't want this person to keep looking, to keep gazing. So it's kind of crazy. So let's go to the number 8. We have a saying here: the window of the soul. This is how the eyes are called, just like Pedro said earlier. So what do you think that means? Go ahead, Vinicius, again, please. Number 8.
Can you repeat, please? I've got lost.
Yes, sure. The eyes have been called the window of the soul. Why do you think? What do you think that means? Like in Portuguese, we have the same saying, like, "Oh, the eyes are the window of the soul. You can see the person and etc." What do you
Yes,
think this means?
I think I don't know if I can explain with my words, but I try of course. But I need to add a movie that me and my wife have watched some days ago. The film is called The Eyes. Your eyes tell you you eyes talk. I don't know how can I say, but the story is a bloody woman that meets a guy. He did some uh, wrong things at his bed, and he starts to like her, try to treat her like a girlfriend, like a person that he likes to care. And after that, he started again to fight kickboxing, and she was in is she was in between a rock and a room because her eyes could be repaired only if she paid a huge amount of money. So
Yeah.
he he fought uh, a fight to try to get this money. He almost died in this fight, but after that, uh, she got she got her vision again, and even not seeing him uh, ever when she is when she made eye contact with him was so is special because she knew that the feeling that he had shared with her, the touch, I've said the body language was one of the crucial things to her to recognize him again. And at the final, she already discovered that was him because he have been missing for a days. And the final of the film, he
Oh, don't
was
say the final of the movie.
sorry.
Oh, come on, man. Ooh,
Sorry,
almost.
sorry. Spoiler. Sorry for that. But she already knew that his eyes tell her that was him. Well, of course. And I don't know if I help
Yeah.
with this question. So that's it.
Okay, nice, nice. Oh, I saved all of you of a spoiler. Okay, the name of the movie is Your Eyes Tell. That's nice. That's nice example, Vinicius. Let's go with you, Pedro, because you talked about the same a little bit earlier. So, what do you think this means? Do you agree with that? Go ahead.
I totally agree. I think that the eyes show feelings. This is very important, and you need to be a psycho to don't do that. So I think only people that don't have feeling can pretend that. So I think when we're feeling something, we show that in many type of in kind of manners. So we can show that in your body language, in your words, in your eye. So I think your eyes tell us and tell others a lot of things about us. But when we're talking about the soul, I think we're talking more about the feelings. And it's very easy to see someone that when you see a couple that are together, you see the shine in the look. Or when you're talking about someone that you don't like, you see the hate in the look. So I think that this is the window of the soul.
Okay, okay, good. And you, Bruna, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you believe in this
Yeah,
phrase? Go ahead.
the guy said everything, right? I don't know what to say now. He summarized well. Yes, I totally agree. I think it's a nice quote, and I think it's true. The eyes are these windows, and yeah, we kind of summarized well during all the meeting, like sharing a little bit about the feelings that we and everything the eyes can bring, like we can identify if the other person is happy or if they're sad, if they're having a bad day. If you know the other person well, just like looking at their eyes, you will know how they're feeling. So I couldn't agree more with this quote.
Okay, that's good.
And
Thank
you.
you very, yes, thank you very much, Bruna. Okay, guys, we have a few more questions, but I would like to skip straight to question number 11, okay? If you were in love, what kind of eye contact would you make? I'd like to hear a description of that, okay? Pedro, go ahead, man. You have a big smile. So tell me, what kind of look would you give?
I was thinking what kind. We have different kinds. I didn't
Yes,
know.
of course. We have
I'm
the
dating
scary
for
one.
seven
We have
years and
the
my
yeah.
my my look was ever the same. So I don't know what type. But I know that when we are dating and flirting, we can look different.
Nice.
But I don't know
Okay.
how to I can't show how to do that. This is
Oh,
a
come
secret.
on. Okay, this is the secret. The guy from the breakout room, they came back. Guys, just to let you know, we are in question number 11, okay? I'm going to ask Vinicius, and after that, I'm going to ask someone from the breakout room. So, Vinicius, I know you are married. So, what kind of look you make when you are like in love, Describe it, please.
I think can be more like this. Sorry.
Yeah.
Um, when you have and this I don't know how to say that word in intimidade with
Intimacy?
your intimacy. Thank you.
Yes.
With your partner, I think you can develop yourself a kind of way trying to making eye contact, and it's especially for me. I know when my wife is angry with me, just looking at her eyes. I think he always I always know when he mad at me, and because we have uh, talking so much. I've known her for I think 3 years from now, and I know how she express herself with eyes, with body language. That I already say that I think you are already tired of me of saying that, but
Don't worry.
it's so related. I don't know if you watch the channel Metaforando. I don't know if
Yes,
you.
I know this one.
Yes, yes. I think this guy, he explained how our body works, and I think it is true. I think if you pay attention to people, like if you are single and you are trying to date a girl, I think if you had know some tips from Lucas or kind of knowledge, I think you will know when a girl is liking you or trying to avoid you away. And I think he trying to make it more personal. We'll know when how to make eye contact, uh, how to fall in love with someone trying to use this. So that's my own experience, and I want to hear
Okay,
from you.
that's nice. That's nice. Thank you. Thank you. We heard two guys' opinions, and Pedro's opinion doesn't count because he didn't give the look. Come on, Pedro. So let's go with you, Fernanda, please. So what kind of eye contact you make, like when you are in love? I don't know. Describe it. You don't need to do it. Okay.
Okay, I won't do it. I think it seems like involuntary when you are dating someone. You like smile with the eyes and have this uh, like affection and kindness in your look. I think it's something like that. Maybe you can give a little smile with uh, that's it.
Okay, that's really nice because I liked when you said you smile with your eyes, this very poetic and beautiful. Like this happens, this really happens. So it's really nice. Guys, I'm going to send here on the chat. It's a link, it's a survey. Okay. So it's a very quick survey. You just need to click on the link and answer one question. In this question, I would like you guys to put a suggestion, a critic. I don't know if you could give me ideas of new topics, if you liked something, if you didn't like something, and just go ahead and write that down, okay? And go ahead, Lucy, what about you? Question 11, what kind of eye contact we make when we are in
Mm,
love? Go ahead.
mm, um, yeah, I agree with Fernanda. I think that kind of smile that you show that you're shy, but at the same time you're not shy, and you look and try to look it back at the same time, just to show that there is like interesting about something. I think that like you show that, yeah, you look again, you're like, I'm shy, but I'm looking, I'm liking that. This kind of exchange of eyes, and you continue till someone takes the action. That's it.
Okay, amazing. I liked the laugh, amazing. Okay, guys, we are almost ending the meeting, but I'd like to hear your opinions. How was the conversation? Please, Antonio, it was your first time here, so how was the conversation for you? How was the team? How was the topic? Go ahead, please.
For me, this conversation was so interesting. This is a topic more interesting, and to listen what the other persons think about it, because really I never talk about it. The eyes, what the eyes transmit to other person, what I can understand by the contact eyes. It is so interesting, and I like so much.
Okay, that's really nice. Really nice to hear that, Antonio. And let's take someone from the main room. Bruna, please go ahead, Bruna. How was the meeting for you?
Yes, it was pretty good. It's been a while since I joined your meeting for the last time, and I was like, oh, that's such a nice or an interesting subject. So I will just join them. It was really good. I loved the questions, and just like Antonio was saying, this is the first time I also talk about it here. So it was really interesting. Thank you.
Okay, guys, so that's it for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed the conversation. And if you want to have more access to meetings and classes and etc., just go to talkandtalk.com.br. And this is TNT, guys. I hope you've enjoyed so much and thank you. Bye bye. I hope to see you all again. See you.
Thank you. See you. Bye bye. Bye.
See
Bye.
you.